everyone, and welcome to Story Time today. My name is Miss Kate, and I would like to start with our hi, hello, and how are you? So can everyone please take their waving hands, and we're going to count to three. 1, 2, 3. Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you today? Yay! How are you today? And today we're going to talk about pets. Now, do you have any pets at home? This is a what? It's a dog. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Can everyone here bark like a dog? Ruff, 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 ruff. Now, maybe you have a dog at home. This is my dog. His name is Wags, and I love Wags. And if you had a dog, if you have a dog, what's your dog's name? And if you could have a dog, what do you think you would name your dog? It's fun to think about sometimes, isn't it? I also have with me today a beautiful kitty cat. Meow, meow. Can everyone hear meow like a kitty cat? Meow. Yeah, good job. And we're going to see some other animals today come out that maybe you have as pets. Maybe you have a dog, maybe you have a cat, maybe you have none of the above, but you can always pretend and think about what you would name your pet if you had one. I'm going to ask you some riddles about pets to warm up, and these are all rhymes. So rhyming words are words that sound the same, like hat and hat. So it's going to be rhymes, and see if you can guess what pet I'm talking about. I went to the pet store and made a special wish. The pet that I wanted was a very special fish. Oops, upside down. Fish, because fish rhymes with wish. Excellent. Okay, next one. I went to the pet store. I went there at a jog to get a pet with a wagging tail. It was a little dog. Excellent. I went to the pet store. I went there just like that because I heard a little purr. In fact, it was a cat. Great. Okay. I went to the pet store. It had become a habit. The pet I wanted now was a soft, fluffy rabbit. Yay! I went to the pet store. I'm sure this sounds absurd, but the pet I wanted was a colorful flying bird. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Good job. I went to the pet store. It was no mistake. What I really wanted now was a hissing green snake. Good job, guys. And who knows, maybe you have a snake at home, right? Anybody have a snake at home? That's fun. All right, so I'm going to start actually with a story about a fish, and it's called Gilbert Goldfish Wants a Pet. Up a little closer so we can see the pictures better. To any outsider, Gilbert had everything a goldfish could ever want. A magnificent stone castle, a treasure chest full of gold, and a feast of tiny flakes that fell from the sky just in time for breakfast every day. But the one thing that Gilbert did not have was the one thing that he most desperately wanted. A pet. Sometimes he imagined his pet would be small, sometimes big, and sometimes really big. Sometimes Gilbert imagined that his pet would have fur or feathers or floppy ears. But every day and always, Gilbert imagined what it would be like to have a pet to care for and to love. Then, one day, Gilbert woke up to find a dog barking at him. Ruff, ruff, ruff! Gilbert blinked his eyes to make sure he wasn't dreaming. The dog wagged his tail and licked the bowl. Gilbert swam around and around in happy circles. The dog ran round and around in happy circles too. A pet, Gilbert gulped. I have a pet. The dog barked, ruff, and barked, ruff, ruff, and barked some more, ruff, ruff, ruff. Gilbert never dreamed that his pet would be quite so noisy or so thirsty. A week passed. A very tired Gilbert woke up. The barky bark dog was gone. The castle was quiet again. Gilbert was just a teensy bit relieved. A few days later, Gilbert noticed a small gray, what is this? Yeah, mouse, peeking at him through the glass. Gilbert's little fishy heart went pitter, patter, swish. The mouse licked her paws and sniffed the bowl. Gilbert swam around and around in happy circles. The mouse, who thought Gilbert was a large chunk of cheddar cheese, ran round and around in circles too. Squeak, squeak, squeak. A pet, Gilbert gulped happily. I have a quiet pet. The mouse sniffed and sniffed and sniffed some more. When the hungry mouse determined that Gilbert was not in fact a block of cheese, she ran away. And she never came back. Gilbert's little fishy heart went pitter, patter, plop. More time passed, and Gilbert had just about given up on his dream when, who's this? A fly landed on the rim of his bowl. Well, hello there, little fella, Gilbert called out cheerfully. The startled fly buzzed around in circles. Buzz, 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 buzz. Gilbert jumped up. The wide-eyed fly was there to greet him in midair. A pet, Gilbert gulped. I have a quiet, friendly thwack. Oh my, poor fly, poor Gilbert. He cried enough tears to fill a 10-gallon aquarium. In the morning, Gilbert opened his eyes. Someone was watching him. Gilbert gulped. Somebody flicked its long tail and whirly whiskers. Gilbert cautiously swam around and around in circles. Somebody followed. Gilbert jumped. Somebody jumped too. Gilbert thought, eyeing the curious new creature before him. Not too loud, not too rude, not too squished. A pet, Gilbert gulped. I have the perfect pet. You look kind of hungry, Gilbert said. Would you like to join me for breakfast? The creature moved in closer and closer and closer, and then took a big bite of a delicious green flake. The pink ones are really good too, Gilbert said with a smile. Would you like me to show you around the castle? Now Gilbert really does have everything a goldfish could ever want, including a pet. Fluffy. The end. Gilbert the goldfish. So now we're going to move away from goldfish and back to cats and dogs. And I'm going to do a little rhyme with you. And we're going to take a fist and make a dog. And our other fist is going to be a cat. Okay, you ready for this? Here's a puppy dog. Here's a kitty cat. Puppy goes to sleep, curled up on his mat. Kitty keeps up softly, tickles puppy's chin. Puppy jumps up quickly. See the chase begin. Okay, this one's so fun. We're going to do it again. Here we go. Here's a puppy dog. Here's a kitty cat. Puppy goes to sleep, curled up on his mat. Kitty creeps up softly, tickles puppy's chin. Puppy jumps up quickly. See the chase begin. Good job. All right, and now we're going to do a little rhyme about a dog. And if you'd like, you can stand up for this one. This is a nice stretchy rhyme. I am not going to stand up to stretch because you wouldn't see me. I would have to readjust my filming. So just pretend I'm standing up. But you guys, please, make sure you're up. And it's called Puppy Dog, Puppy Dog. You ready to be dogs? So let's hear you woof. Woof, woof, woof. Here we go. Puppy dog, wag your tail. puppy dog, let out a wail. Ow! Puppy dog, jump for a bone. Puppy dog, run on home. All right, we're going to do it again. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Puppy dog, wag your tail. Puppy dog, let out a wail. Ow! Puppy dog, jump for a bone. Puppy dog, run on home. Good job, everyone. Way to go. And now I think it's time for a story about a puppy dog. And it's my favorite dog story of all times. It's called Harry the Dirty Dog. It's an oldie but a goodie, for sure. Harry was a white dog with black spots who liked everything except getting a bath. So one day, when he heard the water running in the tub, he took the scrubbing brush and buried it in the backyard. Then he ran away from home. He played where they were fixing the street, and he got very dirty. He played in the railroad and got even dirtier. He played with the other dogs and became dirtier still. He slid down a coal chute and got the dirtiest of all. In fact, he changed from a white dog with black spots to a black dog with white spots. Although there were many other things to do, Harry began to wonder if his family thought that he really had run away. He felt tired and hungry too, so without stopping on the way, he ran back home. When Harry got to his home, he crawled through the fence and sat looking at the back door. One of the family looked out and said, "There's a strange dog in the backyard. By the way, has anyone seen Harry?" When Harry heard this, he tried very hard to show that he was Harry. He started to do all his old clever tricks. He flip-flopped and flop-flipped. He rolled over and played dead. He danced and he sang. He did all these tricks over and over again, but everyone shook their head and said, "Oh no, it couldn't be Harry." Harry gave up and walked slowly towards the gate, but suddenly he stopped. He ran to a corner of the garden and started to dig furiously. Soon he jumped away from the hole, barking short, happy barks. He found the scrubbing brush, and carrying it in his mouth, he ran into the house. Up the stairs he dashed, with the family following close behind. He jumped into the bathtub and sat up begging with the scrubbing brush in his mouth, a trick he had certainly never done before. "This little doggy wants a bath," cried the little girl, and her father said, "Why don't you and your brother give him one?" Harry's bath was the soapiest one he ever had. It worked like magic. As soon as the children started to scrub, they began shouting, "Mommy, Daddy, look, come quick! It's Harry, it's Harry, it's Harry, it's Harry!" they cried. Harry wagged his tail and was very happy. His family combed and brushed him lovingly, and he became once again a white dog with black spots. It was wonderful to be home. After dinner, Harry fell asleep in his favorite place, happily dreaming of how much fun he had getting dirty. He slept soundly. He didn't even feel the scrubbing brush that he had hidden underneath the pillow. The end. Ta-da! What a book. Okay, and now we're going to move to the cat portion of the day. And I'm going to start with, you might have noticed a clothesline up here, a rhyme about the 3 little kittens. Let's see them. 1, 2, 3. Now there's a problem with the 3 little kittens. They lost something really important. They lost their, do you know, their mittens. Uh-oh, and I think they're going to get into trouble. Here's their mother. She's not happy about the loss of the mittens. The 3 little kittens, they lost their mittens and they began to cry. "Oh, mother dear, see here, our mittens we have lost." "What? You lost your mittens, you naughty kittens, then you shall have no pie." Well, we shall have no pie. The 3 little kittens kittens, they found their mittens and they began to cry. Oh, mother dear, see here, our mittens we have found. What? You found your mittens, you darling kittens, and you shall have some pie. Meow, meow, we shall have some pie. Now, what happens when you eat pie with mittens on? Your mittens get very dirty. The three little kittens put on their mittens and soon ate up the pie. Oh, mother dear, see here, our mittens we have dirtied. What? You dirtied your mittens, you naughty kittens, and they began to cry. Wah, they began to cry. The three little kittens, guess what they did, guys? They washed their mittens and hung them up to dry. Oh, mother dear, see here, our mittens we have washed. What? Oh, you washed your mittens, you darling kittens. But hush, I smell a rat close by. Meow, meow, we smell a rat close by. The end. And that's a very old nursery rhyme. And I have another nursery rhyme about a cat. And let's see. It's about a cat and it's about a queen. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I've been to London to visit the Queen. Pussycat, pussycat, what did you there? I frightened a little mouse. Under a chair. Now you can do this at home too, and you can pretend you have a pussycat, and then comes a little mouse and he gets very frightened. All right, let's do this one again. And you can be the pussycat and the queen and the mouse. Here we go. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I've been to London to visit the Queen. Pussycat, pussycat, what did you there? I frightened the little mouse. Under the chair. Good job. And now we're going to turn to everybody's favorite cat, Pete the cat. And this is Pete the cat and his 4 groovy buttons. Pete the cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much that he sang this song. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 3, because 4 minus 1 equals 3. Did Pete cry? Goodness no, because buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2! Because 3 minus 1 equals 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness no, because buttons come and buttons go. He kept singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1! Did Pete cry? Goodness no, because buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy button. Pop! Oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness no, because buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? What do you think he saw? Oh, his belly button! So he kept singing his song. You have a belly button? Okay, here we go. Let's sing about it. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness no. Because buttons come and buttons go. The end. Okay, and now this is a song about bringing home a lot of pets that really don't make great pets. So think about this. I'm sure a lot of you really would like a pet at home if you don't have one. But can you imagine this kind of a pet? What is this? Bzzz. Yeah, it's a bumblebee. Do you think you would like to bring a bumblebee home? I don't know. What do you think your mother would say if you brought home a bumblebee pet? Let's sing a song about it. You ready? I'm bringing home my baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm bringing home my baby bumblebee. Ouch! It stung me! I'm bringing home my baby turtle. Won't my mommy really pop her girdle? I'm bringing home my baby turtle. Hide, hide, hide. Good job. Now, uh-oh, guys, you ready for this one? This one's a little creepy, I have to warn you. I'm bringing home my baby rattlesnake. Won't my mommy shiver and shake? I'm bringing home my baby rattlesnake. Okay, now it's my favorite. I'm bringing home my baby dinosaur. Won't my mommy fall right through the floor? I'm bringing home my baby dinosaur. Biggest roar in the world. You ready? Roar! 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 Good job. Yay. Good roaring. And now let's go back to our friend the turtle. We're going to make a turtle. Make a turtle like this. There's his head. And can you pop it in? There you go. This is my turtle. He lives in a shell. He likes his home very well. He pokes his head out when he wants to eat and pops it back in when he wants to sleep. Let's do it one more time. You ready? This is my turtle. He lives in a shell. He likes his home very well. He pokes his head out when he wants to eat and pulls it back in when he wants to sleep. Good job. All right, and now it's time for some more riddles. And it's the giant pop-up pets. So let's see if you can answer these riddles. I walk quietly on my 4 soft paws, and sometimes I chase after mice. My tail can curl like this. What am I? You think you know? Chases mice, has a tail like this. I am a cat. Looks like a kitten kind of cat. I love to chew on biscuits and bones. You can walk me on a leash too. Here's my bowl of food. What am I? Who thinks we know what this is? It's a dog. Woof, woof, woof. Yeah, it's a dog. Good job. I have a puffy little tail, and I love to munch on carrots, and I sleep inside a hutch like this. What am I? Who do you think sleeps inside a hutch like this and eats carrots? It's a rabbit. Yep, hippity hoppity, hippity hoppity. I'm shiny and smooth and covered in scales. My gills help me breathe underwater. I live in a tank or a bowl like this. And we saw this guy earlier in the story time. What am I? I am a goldfish. It's a goldfish. I can run for hours on my exercise wheel. Then I stuff my cheeks with food. My cage has a fluffy lining so I can dig and play. What am I? Do you think you know? It's a little guy. It's a hamster. I have feathers that help me fly. My home has a perch where I sit. I like to eat seeds and nuts. What am I? What do you think this is? It's a bird. Squawk, squawk, squawk. I think this is a parakeet. Isn't that nice? Okay, and that is that. And now I am going to tell a draw story. We're going to use this clipboard. Once there was a boy named Tommy, and here is the letter T for Tommy. Tommy had a friend whose name was Sally, and Sally lived down the road on a farm right over here. Tommy lived in a house with 2 rooms. Here we go, just like that. And each room had a window. And on the corner of each room was a chimney. In front of the house was a double door. And on both sides of the doorstep, there was grass growing. One day, Tommy took an empty pitcher and set off for Sally's house. Do you have some cream? Tommy asked Sally. Yes, said Sally. We keep it in the cellar. They went down into the cellar. And as they went, Sally said, why do you need the cream? And Tommy said, it's a surprise. So once they got down there, they poured the cream into the pitcher and started to climb the stairs. Here we go. Tommy spilled some of the cream on the steps. He and Sally tripped on it and tumbled down the steps. But don't worry, because Tommy was okay and Sally was okay, so they picked up the pitcher that still had cream in it and they started back up. Let me carry it, said Sally. So she climbed up the steps and they did fine. So they started to walk along this path back to Tommy's house. But they hadn't gone far when guess what happened? Sally slipped going down a hill and tumbled down with the pitcher. But don't worry, Sally was okay, Tommy was okay, the pitcher was okay. So they picked it up and started back up the little hill. And Tommy said, Sally, let me carry it for a little bit. And Sally said, okay. So off they went. When Tommy, would you believe it, he slipped and tumbled down another hill with the pitcher. But Tommy was okay, and Sally was okay, and the pitcher was okay. And they pulled themselves up, and they went all the way back to Tommy's house without any further incident. But once they got there, Tommy's surprise was all ruined because there, right on the front steps, was the surprise that he wanted to show to Sally, the reason he needed the milk, and it was his brand new pet cat. The end. And that, boys and girls, will conclude today's stories about pets. And if you'd like, you can join me in singing the more we get together, and we're going to count to 3, and we're going to go back and forth and sway. You ready? 1, 2, 3. The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Yay. Okay, everyone, thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you in person at the library very soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.